Hey, welcome to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. This is episode 107, and I want to give you some of my predictions about how Meta ads and Meta, the platform in general, will look in 2025. Yeah, I'm talking about 2025. I know it's only 2024, but we are fast approaching the end of the year. I'm thinking about next year a lot already, particularly when it comes to my strategy for advertising and for organic socials in 2025. So, this episode is a bit about Meta, a bit about the changes I've seen this year in particular, and more specifically, the last 6 or 7 months have been significant changes with the platform, and what I think it looks like and what it means, I think, for 2025. So, it's a bit of my predictions and what I'm thinking in my own e-commerce brand, my own sort of strategy planning, plus my clients as well, thinking about what it looks like for them in 2025. The main thing I want to talk about, or I guess my headline I've got in my notes here to share with you today, is I want to talk about the cost of acquisition. How much it costs you to get a customer on Facebook and Instagram. How much you can expect to pay to get a customer on Facebook and Instagram. And this amount continues to evolve. So it fluctuates a lot. It's very fluid. And sometimes it's really cheap and sometimes it's really expensive. One thing is for sure, it does not seem to be very predictable or stable. In a lot of my correspondence with my clients, I always try and reiterate that you can probably expect to pay at least your average order value to get one customer on Facebook and Instagram, which sometimes feels like not too terrible. Like if you have an average order value of $50 or $90, you think, okay, is that a good amount to spend for one customer? Maybe depending on what's your lifetime value of your customer. How often are they coming back to shop with you again and again? Are you also nurturing other leads and other potential customers through email so that you're mitigating the cost of that one person on Meta? Or are you best off just not even exploring getting sales on Meta to begin with and look at more long-term, steady, sustainable avenues for lead generation off of Meta? So you use Meta for different reasons, like I talked about in my last episode, and I did all through 2023 is a giveaway. So running a giveaway on the platform and collecting leads to build your email list and then nurturing those leads via email. So if you want to acquire customers on Meta, it looks massively different. Like I'm not joking, like 180 degrees different than it did like 9 or 12 months ago. And you cannot get leads, or you cannot expect to get sales on Meta anymore that will put you in front profitability wise without your other parts of your business being built out. I'm a big believer in having, not all your eggs in one basket and building a steady umbrella of revenue streams. I call it my steady growth e-commerce umbrella strategy. I think I got those words rather the wrong way. What do I call it? My steady growth e-commerce umbrella strategy. I might have said that the first time. So that's on my website. If you head to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au, you'll see that on my homepage as a little image of it. So there's different umbrellas I have in my business, and revenue is attached to each of those umbrellas in different ways. For instance, a subscription, SEO, email marketing, Facebook ads. So Facebook ads still plays a pivotal role, and it will do in 2025, but I really think it's going to play a pivotal role in different ways. And one thing is because the cost of acquisition is becoming more and more expensive and harder to attain unless you are already an established brand with an established customer base and established systems and processes and levers in your business you can leverage to mitigate the cost of getting that first sale on the platform. Can you do other things like have some fancy plugins to help increase your average order value, or do bundles, or have a higher end product so that your average order value is more, so you have a higher profit margin? Yes, there are all sorts of different things you can probably do, but many of those things really rely on you restructuring fundamental parts of your business, and you may not be inclined to do that. Like, you may not actually want to do that. That may not be who you are. It may not be your business, and you may not have millions of dollars to do it. Like, none of us have that. Okay, so none of us have that. So we can cross that off the list. So let me get back to my notes, because I'll be rambling otherwise, not paying attention to what I actually want to share with you. So that's what I was going to say to you. So my episode a couple episodes ago is going to be key next year. And If you haven't heard of, I'm sure you have. Let's assume you haven't heard of Gary Vee. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have heard of Gary Vee, like Gary Vaynerchuk. I love him. I love following him, listening to his podcast and his information. His videos are very inspiring as an entrepreneur. 18 months ago, I watched him speak on social media and about the importance that organic social media will play in the future. Do you know what? And then 3 weeks ago, he did another keynote speech and said the exact same thing. Only this time, he was really like firm on it. Like, guys, this is a 2025 thing. You need to get on this. And I'm like, yes, Gary, for sure. I'm with you, because you really need to think about now organic social media playing a much bigger part in your entire marketing strategy than maybe what it used to. If you leant heavily on paid advertising a year ago, 2 years ago, or for me, that's all I did 4 years ago. I only did paid ads 4 years ago. I barely touched organic social media. That doesn't work anymore. It simply doesn't work anymore. If you've managed to make that work, then please reach out to me. I will pick your brain and interview you on this podcast, because I'm sure all my listeners, including me, would love to hear from you. But from my experience, what I see around me with clients' accounts, my own account, what I hear traffic experts, meta experts, social media marketing experts talk about, entrepreneurs like Gary Vee speak about, is that the way Meta will continue to function moving forward is because it's going to leverage AI so much more in the platform. We will have less and less control over structuring of ad campaigns. Your organic social media is your best lever to be able to test what will do well with an ad. Your organic social media, bulking out a good organic social media strategy with images, with video, with different hooks across different platforms, will be the content bank you need to find the winning creatives to put into an ad and spend money on. So I did an episode about this a few weeks ago, before I had heard Gary's latest keynote address, because I had heard him speak on this a year and a half ago and knew it was something I had to continue to keep top of mind. And now he's back on it even more so. So it's becoming even more critical as we go into 2025, is that your organic social media will continue to play a bigger part than it probably has in a long time. Like, we all remember, hey, just a few short years ago, organic social media was dead, wasn't it? Facebook, Instagram, organic was totally dead. And now there's TikTok, and now there's YouTube Shorts. So now there's still Facebook and Instagram, but now there's also TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And now, more than ever, your organic social media, no matter the number of followers you have, your organic social media has the capacity to reach people who are more interested in what you're posting about. And ultimately, that's what we want, hey? We actually ultimately want people who are interested in what we post about, no matter where they live, no matter their demographics or any other quality about them, their socioeconomic status, no matter any of those things. We actually want to reach people who are interested in what we share. And if that's the way social media is going, then organic is your best bet moving forward to spend time on in nurturing a really robust strategy. I'm not talking about posting once a week or once every 2 weeks. I'm not even talking about posting every 4 days or every 3 days. This is not just a volume game, but a seriously strategic game. You need to be considered about what you're going to do and when and how often, and execute on it. For sure, you absolutely need to. In one of my episodes a while ago, I don't know which one it was, I told you that I actually doubled my reach on Facebook and Instagram in January 2024 by doubling the amount of organic social media posts I did. I doubled my posts in 2024 in January, just for January. And because I did that, I more than doubled my organic reach. And when I look at my KPI data that I keep in my spreadsheet that I track every month, I can see that flowed onto more website visits, more add to carts, more customers, more conversions through January and February. Like, it tails off. So that work I know was valuable, but I just haven't got the time to go back and do that again. I haven't done it for the rest of the year, and you probably haven't either. That's probably why you're sitting here scratching your head too, like, she can't be serious. She cannot be serious that organic social media is going to play a big part moving forward. But I think it will. If you sit down and open TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Facebook or Instagram or all the other ones that are out there, like, you know how you behave when you look at the platforms, what you interact with, what you like to see. I bought something on TikTok like 2 days ago from an ad from a brand I didn't recognize, but the creator I did. So it was like an influencer, and I bought something. So I need to like take our own, like, we are consumers too. Hey, as a business owner, you are also a consumer. So try and understand how your customer is going to act based off of how you act, and like, don't be surprised then. So maybe it's not surprising that if you have a really robust organic social media strategy in 2025, you will outpace your competitors. You will have a far more engaged customer base. They'll be cheaper to advertise to. You will know what you want to advertise. You don't need to dream up copy and creative and test 12 different options to run a Facebook ad, because hello, you go back to the last 90 days of what you posted organically and you pull what performed the best. You edit the copy, you make it more salesy, and then you turn it into an ad. Like, ching, I feel like this makes perfect sense. And I'm really pleased I came across Gary Vee's latest keynote address on this topic again, reminding me that he flagged this some time ago, and I definitely took note of it, but I haven't lent as heavily into it as I should have, and I will be in 2025. And I encourage you to do the same. So I encourage you to think about that for your own advertising on Meta, because the cost of acquisition is so high. You can absolutely go into Meta and set up an Advantage Plus campaign and let Meta do all the work. I'm building one for Black Friday for my own e-commerce brand. I want to run an Advantage Plus campaign and a regular purchase conversion campaign. I'm keen to try Advantage Plus again because I haven't for several months, because it performed terribly for me several months ago and it cost me a lot of money. But I feel like if at any time it's worth me trying Advantage Plus again, it will be a big sale, which equals Black Friday. Hey, you can lock in your price with me for the rest of this year if you book yourself a discovery call before the end of 2024. My name's Rachel from Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au, and I help small micro businesses grow online in Australia. If you're looking for more customers, more website traffic, more eyes on your brand, more leads and more conversions and more sales, and you want to understand how the process works, how does a customer even find me to begin with, and how do I know where they found me, and then how do I know how to nurture them, I encourage you to book a discovery call with me before the end of this year. You will lock in the price on my website. My prices will go up on the 1st of January 2025, but if you book a discovery call now on the website, if you just make your booking before the end of 2024, the prices on my website will be the price you pay. You can work with me for just 30 days as well. I don't offer huge long retainer packages on my website. Those things I chat about with clients in person, but I really want to sort of like help you feel as secure and comfortable as possible in working with me for the first time. So you can book just a 30-day project window, and I can help you with a specific project in your Shopify business to help you with Facebook ads, customer journeys, and email mapping, email marketing, to really get you further along in where you are, to get you some data to help you make better decisions about the next steps in growing your e-commerce brand. Head to my website and book yourself a free discovery call. You can actually put it right in my calendar. It's just a 25-minute call. It's free. And if you do it before the end of 2024, the price on my website will be fixed for you. If you're an existing customer or an existing client of mine, then you have the locked-in price. Feel free to send me an email and we can work together for a 30-day project window, whether it's this year or next year in 2025. Whenever it is, if you are a previous client, the price will stay the same for you. You won't have to worry about it going up. So I'm going to try it again and see how it performs, but it's volatile. The AI in Meta is still volatile, and Meta pushes you to set up so many automatic AI-driven audience settings, placement settings, creative settings, which is okay if it works for you. But if it doesn't work, how do you know when it went wrong? How on earth do you know which part failed when Meta took the reins for all of it? So do your homework, speak to your customers, do what you do best, and put out great organic social media, lots of it, to your existing followers, find new followers, build your organic social media content on as many platforms as you can, and you'll feel far more confident then when you decide what you want to advertise or what you should say to whom. Then you'll go and find some good organic social content and turn it into an ad. That I'm feel really pleased that I've kind of decided that's going to be a focus for 2025. But on the flip side, I'm equally like, where on earth do I find the time for this? You may also be feeling a bit the same. And if you are, I totally get it. Like it's all well and good to have this as a direction and a strategy, and obvious, and also a validated one in the sense that social media is lending this way anyway. The TikTokification of social media across the board means we are more and more consuming social media that's interest based and nothing to do with anything else, just on our interests. And you know that when you open your own social media on your algorithm, when you compare it to your partners or your kids, it's completely different. So this is why social media is moving forward, and to lean into that as creators and small business owners is creating content for our business that's interest based, that just serves our customers and our potential customers, and then go back to that after 90 days or 30 days or 120 days and find those bits of content that performed better than your other content and put some money behind those to reach more customers, to get your brand out to more users, to get more eyeballs on your products, to get more people to your website. This is a strategy to increase the number of people that come to your website. It's not necessarily a strategy for direct sales. Potentially, you could absolutely find some great organic social media content and turn it into a purchase conversion ad. 100% you could. But if you don't have the budget for that in your budget, in your small business, then you want to be using those pieces of content to drive traffic to your website. In which case, you want them to be filling out your pop-up and getting on your email list and then contacting them via email. All of those things work together. So that's what I want to share with you today about some predictions I have for next year based off of how I have seen Meta perform for me in the last 6 to 9 months in my e-commerce store, is that the cost of acquisition is crazy high. Really high. And I haven't been retargeting as much either. I've probably shared this on another episode, is that because of changes Meta is making, they have flagged, this is from Meta, they have flagged that some of the campaign setup, some of the objectives we select when we build a campaign have retargeting built in, and you can't turn that off. So if I set up a purchase conversion campaign or a lead generation campaign, there might be others, I know there's definitely those two, Meta will retarget whether I want Meta to retarget or not. So trying to reach a cold audience is never truly cold, which is another reason why you should lean into organic social, because your organic social finds new people and new users who then start interacting with your brand. And if Meta is if you're going to spend money on sales conversion campaigns and you want Meta to perform for you, they will be going to those users who interacted with your organic posts, because Meta wants the low-hanging fruit. They want the cheap results for you and for them. So they will be retargeting whether you ask them to or not, in which case even more reason to build out a great organic social media strategy and execute on one, because then you are building that group of people on the platform who are familiar with who you are, have interacted with your brand, have clicked on a post, liked a post, shared a post, headed to your website, all the various different things they can do on Instagram and Facebook. Meta will start to include them when they go after purchase conversions, if they recognize that person as a purchaser and a shopper on the platform, and now they become part of your retargeting audiences because they have interacted with you. Honestly, there's so many layers to this, and things continue to change and evolve. It's so important to stay current with what's happening on the platform and to recognize if you're having frustrations with Meta, if you are finding the cost of a purchase on the platform is costing you far too much, it certainly is costing me far too much at the moment, you're probably not the only one. You're probably not the only one. If you are getting really affordable sales and purchase conversions on the platform, just stick with it. Try not to do anything crazy. Try not to scale it overnight. You'll probably kill it. If you're not sure, send me an email. I'll try and help you out. If you're having some great success with your purchase conversion campaigns on Meta at the moment, try not to get too carried away and scale them or double them or something. Just try and be steady about it and measured and strategic. Otherwise, you may find that you end up killing the campaign. So yeah, that's what I want to share with you today. The other thing is, if you haven't seen, there is Meta put out a holiday performance playbook a while ago, which talks about some campaigns across the holiday season, Black Friday, Christmas, all sorts of stuff, New Year's. It's well worth a read. You can get it, just do Google search on Meta. It's called Meta Holiday Performance Playbook. It's got some interesting things in there. It's got some really cool ideas as well for graphics and for video. You may find it really valuable to check it out as well. So I encourage you to have a look at that. So that's my episode today about changes I sort of see upcoming in 2025 with Meta, sort of what's going on at the moment with the platform, or what I'm finding a bit frustrating, what I'm sort of trying to solve, like the problem I'm trying to fix and the puzzle I'm trying to work out at the moment. I just encourage you to always keep learning. Hey, remember, Meta plays part of your marketing funnel. It shouldn't be the only avenue though for you to get customers, because you'll fast go broke if that's your strategy now. Maybe not last year, but totally in 2024, that if that's your only strategy, you absolutely be losing money hand over fist, and you probably find yourself really out of pocket month to month and wondering why you're even doing this to begin with. So if you're not sure where to go, if you're a bit stuck or feeling a bit overwhelmed with the whole thing, feel free to send me an email. I'll see if I can help you as best I can. And also, before I go, I should let you know, special offer. If you are looking to book a discovery call with me, maybe you can chat with me. I can chat with you about your Facebook ads or email marketing, some strategy support. I encourage you to book a discovery call before the end of 2024. My prices are going to increase on January 1, 2025. But if you book a call before the end of the year on my website, a free discovery call, and we can chat about a 30-day project window. You won't be locked into a retainer month over month over month with me. You can just book a 30-day project window to start with to see how we work together. If you book it before the end of this year, the price stays the same for you. My prices are going to go up from January 1. So I encourage you to go and book a call before the end of the year and get yourself the cheaper price. Lock in the price on my website now before I raise my prices next year. And if you're an existing client or a previous customer, a previous client, you will keep the cheaper price. You don't need to book a discovery call, but if you want to work on a different project with me, even next year, you will still have the cheaper price. So I encourage you to send me an email or something if you want to jump back in and have me support you for a 30-day window of time. So I encourage you to head to my website for all of those details and book yourself a discovery call at AussieOnlineGrowingOnShopify.com.au. I'll see you guys next time. As always, keep learning.